What is going on, Metal4Metal Universe? We are here for episode 28 of an awesome episode of Metal4Metal. We got some great news about Bruce Dickinson's new book. Also, Children of Bodom finally dropping a new album. We're also going to get exactly how small Dennis's penis is. And, of course, we have Ozzy's farewell tour. It's all here, hard and fast, on Metal4Metal. What's up, Metal4Metal Universe? I'm PJ Steven, that's Dennis Parker. We are here for an awesome episode of Metal4Metal. Guys, I'm really excited about this episode. We've had a lot of killer stuff happening in the local area right down here, including the 10th anniversary of the Tin Roof down here in Charleston, where Dante's Camaro put on a fucking clinic. That was a great show. Dante's Camaro is a kick-ass cover band down here in Charleston. They kick ass, and apparently they are the greatest band in the world. Is what they call it. Is
that what they say?
That's what they said.
How modest.
They're fucking
really modest. Okay.
And Ben, if you're watching, I want to tell you, to be the man, you got to beat the man. So why don't you come on Metal4Metal, and I'll show you what a real promo looks like. You understand? Dennis, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Because you have a child.
We have a child now.
I know this is a broken record, no pun intended, but I mean, like...
Yeah, it was skipping a little bit earlier.
It was skipping, yeah. Well, my turntable was being ridiculous because it's old. But what... anything new with the kid? Is it still crying?
It's still alive. Still crying.
All right. Put a little tally mark. Day numbers, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting a little easier. I mean, like, I never really slept a lot to begin with, so it's really not that much new. Except now I'm just cleaning up shit in the middle of the night, so... But, you know, whenever she's sleeping, you know, on your chest, it's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of soothing. Yeah.
Have you been listening to anything else other than
I was checking out some of the King Diamond's videos on YouTube.
That's right, you were telling me about that for his new tour.
So I just let the YouTube shit play. You know, I just started on you know, his live show he was playing, and it just kept going, and it ended up going into Behemoth and into like a bunch of other stuff, and it was just great. Yeah, just like, you should just go on YouTube one day and just type in something random, you know, just a random song, and just watch what ends up playing like 15 songs later.
It's a good little point. I think we might try that.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I've been listening to, I listened to Megadeth's live record today for Countdown to Extinction. Love that, where they play the whole thing. They play She-Wolf. They play Public Enemy #1. That was a really good concert.
It's a good album.
I listened to that today, and what else did I listen to? Well, I did listen to Hammerfall's first record the other day, and really killer record. I love that record as well.
Yeah, I was actually listening to some early Blind Guardian, because you know, like most people, Nightfall and Middle Earth was like my first Blind Guardian CD.
See, I love Twisting the Myth too.
Or Nightfall and Middle Earth was my first one that I got. Right. You know, that introduced it to me. And then later on, I ended up getting Somewhere Far Beyond, and I was like, wow, like these guys used to really be thrashy.
Yeah.
You know, in their day, but yeah, hooray for power metal.
Yeah, hell yeah. I've been listening to Dio as well. I was listening to his stuff for like Dehumanizer. Not Dehumanizer, that wasn't Dio.
Dio singing for
Dio,
Sabbath.
Technically, yeah. But I was listening to that record, Dehumanizer, and I was also listening to the record that had, when they were actually called Heaven and Hell, it was with the single Bible Black on it. I can't remember the name of the record now that I'm talking about it, but either way, two really killer records, which is why I'm listening to the Mob Rules right now. But we're going to get right into some great heavy metal news for you guys tonight. First one coming up is some book about my favorite, actually written by my favorite frontman in heavy metal. That's Mr. Bruce Dickinson. So to you, my friend, what does it say?
Okay, well, for us, I think the album was it The Devil something?
The Devil You Know?
Yeah, it was
maybe? Good call. Yeah, hell yeah.
Now I kind of want to find out. Yeah, The Devil You Know.
Devil You Know, yeah. Killer record.
It's just saying Iron Maiden vocalist Bruce Dickinson's autobiography, What Does This Button Do?, landed at number 10 on the New York Times bestseller.
I did buy it. I actually, forgive me, I haven't started listening. I haven't started reading it yet. But I came through the pictures. But are
there pictures in it?
There are pictures, yeah.
A lot of pictures?
Not a whole lot of pictures.
Okay. What are the pictures of? Is it him like in Iron Maiden, or is it just him like when he's a kid, like with his...
A little bit of both. Him flying, him, you know, training with a pilot, him with his solo stuff. It is a Bruce Dickinson book. It's not an Iron Maiden book.
Right, because I thought that's really what was interesting about it, because there's a million Iron Maiden books out there, but like there's really none of just him. Yeah. You know, in his early
From what I've been reading about the book, It seems really killer, and I can't wait to start reading it. I just have to find time to do it. But
yeah, I understand what it's like to try
can't wait.
Find time to do stuff.
Bruce Dickinson, what, it entered number 10, right?
Yes, it's number 10 on the New York Times hardcover nonfiction bestsellers.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
God
so
bless
cool.
Bruce Dickinson, man.
So, after you read it, give me the Cliff Notes version of it.
I will, yeah, most definitely.
I'm probably...
All right, I'll talk to you next year then.
Yeah, I'm probably never going to get around to reading it myself.
I did finish reading Pete Way's book, The Basis from UFO and Wasted. Frank, you let me borrow that, and it was awesome. I loved it. I gotta get that back to you too.
Moving on, Finnish metalers Children of Bodom will enter the studio at the end of March to begin recording their new album.
I love this band.
It's supposedly due for a late 2018 release. The follow-up to 2015's I Worship Chaos will once again be recorded at the band's own Danger Johnny Studios, where the group's last two efforts were laid down. So that's pretty cool that they're halfway, they have half the material written, so now they just have to spend the next year in the studio getting it.
I've always been a big fan of Children of Bodom, man. Hate Breeder, fucking...
Hate Crew Death Roll.
Yeah, fucking...
Follow the Reaper.
Blood Drunk, yeah, Follow the Reaper. Even Halo of Blood, the one that came out before I Worship Chaos, really good shit. Their covers are fantastic too, or Aces High.
Yeah.
They do a Creedence Clearwater Revival cover.
Yeah, a lot of people, kind of criticize Children of Bodom's newer material, but, and I agree, most metal bands, the newer stuff isn't as classic as the older stuff, not as good, but
it's, I
it's
think
good.
It's, yeah.
They don't have an album that I just can't listen to.
Yeah, agreed.
Like most bands, even some of Blind Guardian's new albums, they just do not resonate with me at all. Some of the newer ones, it is just way too progressive.
I really liked I Worship Chaos. Yeah, progressive is a good word to put it. I like I Worship Chaos. I loved Halo of Blood. Mm-hmm. I still think they are tremendous musicians. I think the one criticism I'd say is that they rely a little bit too much on the synthesizer rather than the guitar work, but I mean that's a small criticism, man. Yeah. They are just fantastic.
Yeah, I mean that is just kind of part of their style because the whole synthesizer kind of keyboard sound goes back to their earlier work anyway. Yeah. But yeah, I dig them. I love Children of Bodom. All right, moving on now. Testament, Exodus, Death Angel, and others to perform at a benefit concert for Violence's Sean Killian.
Oh, that's right. He was diagnosed with a liver disease, right?
Yeah. They're going to be playing a benefit concert Saturday, January the 20th, 2018 at the Oakland Metro Opera House in Oakland, California. It's going to be titled Killian on Command, an Evening of Violence, where the musicians will play only violence material spanning the band's entire catalog of songs written from 1985
really fucking cool.
1982. Yeah, so he ended up having Killian he was diagnosed with stage 4 liver cryosis. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's really shitty, man, because Violence is a really underrated band. And yeah, they did debut in 84, 85? It is 85, yeah.
I think it was 85.
And, man, really killer band.
Yeah, it says he's currently, he's a candidate for a liver transplant. And it has to be a living donor will, transplant a portion of their liver from them to him as long as he is still healthy enough to receive it. So if anybody out there is a matching donor, it says you got to have type O positive or O negative blood, and there may be some other things that go along with that, but maybe if you want to give part of your liver to Sean here, that I'm sure he would greatly
your
appreciate
liver
that.
Is no good.
Mine is no good at all. No, he doesn't want mine. It'll probably actually shorten his life expectancy if he gets mine. So, but we do wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, and I would like to see that too, especially guys like Chuck Billy doing...
that would be really cool to see that.
Doing violence material. That would be really sick.
I would love to see it.
Nice.
But it's in California on the other side of the country.
And we are...
And I can't even get down to the grocery
He can hardly
store.
Get down and do the show.
I really
to be
can't.
Honest. We've been really pushing the schedule on the show.
I feel bad. I really do want to get into... just having a steady, the shows go up on Monday, that would be cool if we can somehow figure that out, because with our work schedules even before the kid, they were just random. We tried to do it on Friday for a while, and then that just didn't happen. Then it would end up being Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I'd like to try and get them up every Monday, but we know that's not going to happen.
We'll see.
But I will
make
try.
it work. We always make it work.
Ozzy Osbourne will embark on a 2-year farewell tour starting 2018. On track, Ozzy, well, you know, they're saying he's a Grammy award-winning singer, yada, yada, yada. He's going to celebrate more than 5 decades as a performer. This tour expected to take Ozzy around the world with dates into 2020. And it really just goes on to say that, you know, Sharon Osbourne is like, you know, he's coming up on 70-something years old, you know, and she doesn't want him touring around the world, you know, whenever he's, you know, that old. So that doesn't mean that he's not going to ever play a show anymore, but kind of like Tony Iommi, where there's just going to be no more extensive touring around the world. But they did go on to say that he actually did have another farewell tour back in 1992 during the No More Tears.
He did.
More, yeah. It was called the No More Tours tour for No More Tears, and you know, it ended 3 years later. He was back on tour,
well,
but then again, he wasn't 70 years old.
That's true. So let's talk a little bit about that. Ozzy's farewell tour. I've never seen Ozzy. You've seen Ozzy. What are some of the songs that you would like to hear him play? Even at 70, I'd still go see it, and I would still have a great time. What are some of the songs?
I'd like to hear some songs off of No Rest for the Wicked, because as I mentioned before, that's my favorite Ozzy album, solo album. So it'd be cool to hear, was it Dead Babies? Or, no, it wasn't Dead Babies. That's an Alice Cooper song. Stupid. But yeah, any of those kind of Miracle Man would be really cool.
I love that, yeah. I'd love to hear him play Walk on Water.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear him play Hellraiser off No More Tears.
That would be cool.
I'd love to hear him play some deep cuts off Diary of a Madman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd like that as well. Of course, he'll play the hits, you know, Crazy Train, Bark at the Moon.
Yeah, I would like to hear some deeper cuts, but, you know.
Do you think he'll play some Sabbath deep cuts?
It's possible. I mean, I remember when I saw him, it was a while ago. They didn't play any Sabbath songs, but it was just Ozzy material. But it was cool because I got to see Jason Newsted play with him.
That's right. You did.
That was pretty cool.
So you saw like a quarter of Metallica.
I 1/4, 25% of Metallica. Yep. And,
no, Jason Newsted was like 5% of Metallica.
Yeah. Well, I think
because he got
Well, I think if you consider how much money he was getting paid, it was probably 1%.
What were they saying about like you read that article like what would Cliff think of?
Yeah, that was another article.
Metallica's.
They were asking Lars a bunch of, I'm sure he's been asked that question a million times. And, he's just
what would Cliff think of your shitty albums?
Nobody really knows. Everybody always makes Cliff Burton out to be this, kind of, rebel without a cause kind of guy who goes against the grain and, kept Metallica in line and all that. But there's no evidence to support that
Agreed,
money would not have affected him.
He might have just gone with the flow.
Yeah,
which is how I would picture him.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do if I had released 5 super successful albums and made $1 billion. I'd probably take 5 years off and, be rich and enjoy my life and then just do whatever the fuck I wanted to do.
Exactly.
So
let's head back to Ozzy here, man. Farewell tour. That's something. I'm glad that he's getting to retire. If I'm being honest, let him do his 2-year farewell tour and then retire. Because I would hate for it to happen like Lemmy, where you're in the middle of shows and you're in the middle of touring, and then all of a sudden, boom. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. So it's gonna be nice for Ozzy to enjoy some retirement. Am I selfish to think that no, I want him to keep going? Yeah, sure, but I'd rather him just.
Well, we'd all like him to keep going, but hey, maybe we'll get a hologram of Ozzy one day, and then we can see him that way. That was actually another thing that I was reading about, where Lars Ulrich said that he would be into having a hologram.
Of course he would, because he's a. Never mind. Well, guys, that was all the news that we care about this week. Pretty good week for news. I really hope that. Violence can recover and get back going, and I hope that concert does really well too. But in the meantime, we're going to get on to our topic of the week, where we're going to play a little game I like to call Is It Metal? I'm going to give Dennis either some scenarios, some songs, some bands, or whatever, and we're going to discuss, is it metal?
Okay.
So, first of all, I want to say To Lamont by Megadeth. Is it metal?
Oh. Yeah. It's on a metal album. Yeah, sure, it's metal. Yeah.
Nothing Else Matters. Is it metal?
Yeah, I'll say it's metal.
No.
Yeah, I think it's metal.
I can agree to Lamont. No, Nothing Else Matters. You think The Unforgiven is metal?
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh, definitely The Unforgiven. I'd say The Unforgiven's way more metal. That's a great song.
I don't like any.
You don't like any of the Unforgiven songs?
No.
Wow.
No, I don't.
No, I don't like the third one. That one sucks.
Damn.
But no, the first two
I can listen to the second one. Maybe it's just because I've heard the first one so many times, but no, I'm not.
Man, that's solo, man. The solo in the Unforgiven. That's great. He actually picked that. Well, he finger picked that whole solo. Actually.
Oh, Kirk.
Yep.
Yeah. Your boy did.
I like Kirk.
I know that's your favorite guitarist.
Yeah, he's my fellow horror movie buff.
That's true. That's true. All right, next one is The Journeyman by Iron Maiden.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? The acoustic one?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think just because it's not crazy thrash metal doesn't mean it can't be metal.
If it wasn't on a metal album, would you still be saying?
If it was just some like random band, local band or something.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it's just unbiased because it's on a metal album coming from a metal band. You know, it's like Fade to Black. Is that metal?
Yes. Dun-dun, dun-dun,
Yeah.
dun-dun,
But I mean, back then that was their sellout song.
I know, which is ridiculous. That song is perfect.
Yeah.
Almost perfect.
I love that song. But I mean, you know, back then that was like people just could not stand them having a ballad.
All right, so we're going to switch it up here and go to a couple scenarios for you.
Okay.
The Who breaking their instruments after they're playing. Is that metal?
It's more punk. I think breaking your instruments is, more punk rock.
So what about when Jimi Hendrix lit his guitar on fire? I think that's metal.
Yeah, fire's metal. I agree with that.
Fire's metal.
Yeah.
Speaking of fire, burning churches. Is that metal?
That is very metal.
It's very metal.
That's very metal. Yeah, I was actually at work. There was this Polish guy who came in, and I was was like, yeah, actually, there's a bunch of cool metal bands, black metal bands in Poland and all that. And I was like, I don't know how you feel about it. And he was just like, yeah. Yeah, he was just like,
I'm a preacher, and now I'm out of a job.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how I felt about that. I don't know, like, I don't. Is it like, are they like a pest? Like, are most people consider just like, like a rat just eating your crops or something? Like, I don't know.
Our churches.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know.
They're eating our crops.
Because we're over here being like, yeah, black metal, and they're over there like, no, they're destroying everything. They're ruining our society.
Wow.
So I don't know. I'll never forget that look he gave me. He was just like, I'm not. Yes, I have no opinion on that.
All right, so it's fire metal. James Hetfield lighting his hair on fire. Is that metal?
I mean, like going over the pyro and setting himself on fire.
Yeah, is that metal?
I mean,
I'd say no. That's fucking painful.
Yeah, I mean that was very painful. I'd imagine.
Not metal.
Yeah.
Not metal.
Now, if he did it intentionally, I guess that would have been metal. But he just walked into a geyser of fire.
What about like Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin? Is that metal?
I don't like Led Zeppelin.
I don't like Zeppelin, but you know the song.
Yeah. No.
You don't think that would?
No, I'm just gonna say no because most people are saying that Led Zeppelin is like where metal started, and I sincerely disagree.
Wrong.
I completely
disagree. What about Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf? Is that metal?
It's some metal riffage, but it doesn't really have the
heavy metal thunder.
I guess it could kind of be metal. I mean, it's
kind of like is rainbow metal.
Yeah, I mean it does bring up some good points because it does seem like every 10 years or so, at least, maybe it just seems like the bar kept getting raised and raised. Like, what is metal? Because like when you think of like, you listen to music that's come out in 2017 and then you compare it to the first Black Sabbath album.
Yeah.
Right? It's actually Black Sabbath is very just kind of rock and roll.
Yeah.
To that, but for some reason we just dubbed the heavy metal.
Well,
I mean, even though like they were, I guess they were the first band that really invoked the spirit of heavy metal.
Satan.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a horror movie on a disc or on a vinyl.
Yeah.
I think they were the first band to really do that.
So, would you consider rainbow metal?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him.
Is it metal?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him.
All right, last one. Deep Purple. But Deep Purple, but with oh man, I just forgot his name.
When I think of Deep Purple, I just think hard rock.
Think of hard rock?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like old hard rock, early metal. It's
kind of
there. I mean, like, is Motorhead punk rock? I mean, Lemmy always said
that first record was.
Yeah, I mean, Lemmy always said that he considered Motorhead to be way more punk rock than metal.
Yeah, he did.
But I mean, everybody just throws him in with metal. So.
Well, they also say,
I mean,
we play rock and roll.
Yeah, so I mean, the guy in the fucking band is saying they're not metal.
That's why.
But everybody says they're metal.
Yeah.
So who the fuck knows, you know? But like most people, just putting these little labels on things, I think is kind of stupid. Like just even me calling Blind Guardian power metal.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of stupid, but we do it.
Yeah.
You know. So. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, nice. Okay. Well, that was just a little game I wanted to play since we actually didn't really think of a topic. I just kind of
we kind of realized
we kind of winged that, and that's what we do. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us for this great episode of Metal4Metal. A lot of great news tonight. We also had an interview with Silent Twin tonight, which was out of this world. We can't wait to have that up for their show coming up at the Royal American on Tuesday. And they have a new EP coming out December 1st, so we can't wait for that. Also, Bona Lisa is going to be on the show Saturday, and next Saturday. That's going to be killer. And of course, at Live from the Tin Roof, we're going to have a show, or we're going to have a Metal Hammered episode with the Living Dead right before their show at the Tin Roof with the Monsters from Outer Space. Can't wait for all these great interviews. I appreciate all these bands sticking forward and supporting us and all that noise. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And again, I'm PJ Steven. That's Dennis Parker. And we will catch you guys later. You got a small dick.